Welcome back to the sanctuary of the stars, anything you want. As we turn the page on a new calendar year, the entertainment industry is usually awash with the standard resolutions: more projects, more success, more fame. But occasionally, amidst the noise of career ambition, a story emerges that reminds us of the most fundamental human pursuit: the search for a home within another person. We have entered 2026 not with a scandal, but with a fairy tale that feels startlingly grounded in reality. We are talking about the moment Demet Özdemir stopped running from the rumors and started running toward her truth. For months, the whispers have been circulating in the back alleys of the gossip world, hinting at a shift in the actress's private life. But rumors are merely shadows until the light is turned on. And just days into the new year, Demet turned on the floodlights. Her wish for 2026, a year full of health, prosperity, happiness, love, money, everything, was not a passive hope. It was a prophecy she fulfilled herself. She has announced to the world, with a grace and subtlety that defines her new era, that she has opened her heart to Engin Kakagöz. This was not a chaotic paparazzi capture or a leaked photo from a smoky nightclub. This was a thoughtful, emotional, and deeply curated revelation that will go down in celebrity history as the masterclass on how to launch a relationship. Today, we are going to dissect every pixel of that photograph, analyze the death of the Yaman narrative, and explore why Engin Kakagöz might just be the endgame we never saw coming. Before we step into the warm glow of that romantic dinner and decode the hidden messages in her song choices, I must ask for your unwavering alliance. To ensure that our independent, in-depth storytelling continues to thrive in an algorithm obsessed with the trivial, please verify that you are subscribed to anything you want. And for those among you who wish to be the true patrons of this channel, the guardians of detailed celebrity analysis, I invite you to click the join button below. Your support is the gravity that holds this universe together. Now, pour yourself something warm and settle in. We are about to witness the rebirth of Demet Özdemir. The revelation began with the modern equivalent of a press release, but with infinitely more soul: an Instagram story. In an era where celebrities often hide behind filters, heavy makeup, and staged poses, Demet Özdemir chose the radical path of authenticity. The image that flashed across millions of screens was a study in atmosphere. Warm, ambient lighting that softened the edges of the world, creating a cocoon of intimacy around two figures. There was a palpable lack of artifice. This was not a scene from a soap opera, but a snapshot of a genuine life. And there, tagged with the casual confidence of a woman who has nothing to hide, was the name Engin Kakagöz. The reaction from the public was instantaneous and visceral. The phrase "he is in love" echoed across the digital landscape, not because of a grand gesture, but because of the eyes. Engin Kakagöz's gaze toward Demet was not the possessive stare of a new conqueror, nor the camera-conscious look of a man seeking fame. It was a look laden with admiration, a deep-seated trust, and a connection that seemed to hum with electricity. It was the kind of look that cannot be scripted, rehearsed, or faked for a timeline. Perhaps the most poignant detail, the one that ignited 1,000 conversations, was Demet's posture. She was resting her head on Engin's shoulder. To the untrained eye, it is a simple pose. But in the language of body language, it is a declaration of surrender. After years of standing tall against media storms, scrutiny, and the pressure of the industry, Demet was finally leaning. It conveyed a message louder than any caption: "I feel safe here. I feel at home with you." It was the posture of a woman who has finally exhaled. While the photograph was the climax, the clues had been scattered like breadcrumbs for those willing to look. Just prior to this definitive post, a retrospective video posted by Engin Kakagöz, summarizing his 2025, resurfaced and was subjected to forensic analysis by social media sleuths. In a montage filled with rapid transitions and blurs of motion, sharp-eyed fans noticed intimate, fleeting moments shared with Demet. It was a subliminal admission that she had been the architect of his happiness long before the public knew her name. The newspapers, acting with their usual predatory speed, dug up a recent statement from Engin that now reads like a prophecy. We have 4 days left until our meeting. We text each other every second like teenage lovers. At the time, it was a quote floating in the ether. Now, it is the caption to their romance. It reveals a playfulness, a youthful energy that underpins their bond. It suggests that despite their professional successes and adult responsibilities, they have found a pocket of time where they can simply be giddy, excited, and obsessed with one another. This teenage energy is often the hallmark of the most enduring loves, a serious commitment fueled by a fun dynamic. However, no story involving Demet Özdemir is allowed to exist in a vacuum. The specter of the past, specifically the towering figure of Yaman, inevitably crashed the party. Kelebek, a prominent publication, chose to frame the new relationship through the lens of history, reminding readers of the brief connection between Demet and Engin years ago. While they noted that a lot of water has flowed under the bridge, the mere mention of the past ignited the dormant volcano of the fandom. The harshest criticisms emerged from the dark corners of social media, where fans trapped in 2019 accused Demet of betrayal against Yaman. It is a narrative that has plagued her for years, the idea that she belongs to a past chapter. But this time, Demet refused to be a passive character in her own story. In a move that displayed her newfound strength, she issued a clarification that served as a definitive eviction notice to the ghosts of her exes. In a candid interview, she dismantled the rumors with surgical precision. She clarified the context of social media interactions, explaining that Engin had asked her to leave a heart on a photo merely to signal that they were on good terms. But the crux of her message was about the Yaman chapter. She stated, unequivocally, that the book was closed, shelved, and gathering dust. "I've already moved on," was the sentiment. It wasn't said with anger or bitterness, which would imply lingering feelings. It was said with the cool indifference of someone who is truly free. These words put an end to the controversy not by fighting it, but by rendering it irrelevant. We are witnessing a woman reclaiming her narrative from the fans who want to keep her frozen in time. I want to turn the floor over to you, the Anything You Want community. Do you think it is fair for fans to constantly bring up Yaman when Demet is clearly happy with someone else? Is Engin the fresh start she needed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, hitting the like button helps us continue to bring you these deep dives. For those who want to support our detailed storytelling directly, the join button awaits. Demet Özdemir is an artist, and like all artists, she communicates through symbols. The music choice for her Instagram story was a masterstroke of subtext. She chose Koca Yasli Sisko Dunya, Big Fat Old World, by the alternative band Adamlar. This is not a generic pop ballad about hearts and flowers, it is a song about weariness, about the absurdity of life, and about finding meaning through connection. The lyrics speak of understanding the world anew. By overlaying this track with the single word love, Demet was saying that Engin helps her make sense of the chaos. It was a sophisticated declaration, devoid of spelling errors or over-explanation. Furthermore, the second post, a photo of her hand gently touching Engin's arm, demonstrated the quiet power of body language. It wasn't a possessive grip, it was a gentle, grounding touch. And then there was the location tag, a secluded seaside restaurant, far from the prying eyes of Istanbul's paparazzi hotspots. This wasn't a C and B scene location like Lucca or Bebek. It was a destination chosen for privacy, for conversation, for the sound of the waves rather than the click of cameras. It signaled that this relationship is for them, not for us. Following the posts, the couple retreated into a dignified silence. There were no follow-up press releases, no interviews dissecting the dinner. This silence speaks volumes. It suggests that Demet has learned the hard lessons of her past high-profile relationships. She knows that oversharing leads to over-scrutiny. Enter Engin Kakagaz. Who is this man who has captured the heart of Turkey's sweetheart? The most striking aspect of Engin is his divergence from the typical celebrity boyfriend archetype. Those who know him describe a man who prefers the shadows to the spotlight. He is not competing with Demet for attention, he is not trying to leverage her fame for his own brand. Rumor has it that his primary motivation is to protect her from the mess of the industry. This attitude? Calm, confident, unbothered by the chaos, has become a refuge for Demet. He represents an energy that doesn't tire her. In a life filled with performance, he is her reality. What is being whispered in the corridors of the industry suggests that this sudden announcement was actually the tip of an iceberg that has been forming for months. Sources close to the couple reveal that this was a search for balance. Demet's past disappointments led her to build high walls around her private life. She didn't rush. She vetted. She waited. Her inner circle emphasizes a specific phrase: for the first time, Demet is so calm, so confident. This is the ultimate endorsement. It is no coincidence that Engin entered her life at a moment of maturity. The relationship is described not as a fiery explosion, but as a steady burn. They frequently plan short getaways to secluded spots, prioritizing quality time over social climbing. While the word marriage hasn't been officially tabled, the sentiment is clear: Demet doesn't get involved in anything that isn't long-term. This is not a seasonal fling, it is a structural shift in her life. And so, as the first week of 2026 unfolds, we find ourselves looking at a new portrait of happiness. The story of Demet Özdemir and Engin Kakagöz is a reminder that sometimes, the best love stories are the ones that happen quietly, away from the noise, until they are too strong to be hidden. The Yaman chapter is closed. The Engin Kakagöz era has begun. And Demet Özdemir looks happier than she has in years. We will continue to watch this story, holding our breath for the next chapter. Thank you for exploring this beautiful beginning with us on Anything You Want. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please leave a comment. What is your wish for this couple in 2026? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. And to our Join members, thank you for making this channel possible. Until next time, keep believing in fresh starts. Goodbye.